query language. Already we have seen about the structured query language and its components in the last part. Now we are going to see about the structured query language command and their function. In the structured query language, commands consist of keywords, command, class and arguments. Keywords have a special meaning in SQL. They are understood as instruction. Commands are instruction given by the user to the database, also known as statements. Classes, they mean which a keyword consists of an argument. Argument, they are the values given to make the class complete. Now we start with create command. The create table command comes under the category of DDL. You can create a table by using the create table command. When a table is created, its column are named and data types and size are to be specified. Each table must have at least one column. Here you can see the syntax of the table. See, create table, these two words are keywords. Followed by this, you can give the table name, then column name and the column data type, then the data type's size. This is the syntax of create table. Now we see the SQL command will be how it executed within the MySQL server. Here we are going to create the table with the name of student. Within the table, the admission, name, gender, age and place. These are all the column as named here. Okay. Now you see the create table already we have seen with the constraint is given below. What is constraint? Already we have seen in the last part. The admission number integer is not null and also primary key. It is a primary key constraint. Here we are giving such some privilege to the particular column so that the table structure use some restriction that user can also set constraint limit to the type of data. Type of constraints. Constraints ensure database integrity. Therefore, known as a database integrity constraints. The different types of constraints are unique constraint, primary key constraint, default constraint, check constraint. The unique constraint ensure that no two rows have the same value in the specified column. For example, unique constraint applied on the admission number of the student table. Ensure that no two students have the same admission number and the constraint can be used. The unique constraint can be applied only to the field that have also been declared as a not null. Next one is primary key. This constraint declares a field as a primary key, which helps to uniquely identify a record. It is similar to unique constraint, except that only one field of table can be set as primary key. The primary key does not allow null values, and therefore a field declared as a primary key must have the not null constraint, so that wherever we give the primary key constraint followed by the keyword of not null. Next one is default constraint. The default constraint is used to assign the default value for the field. When no value is given for the specified field having default constraint, it automatically gives the value and assign to the particular field. Next one is check constraint. This constraint helps to set a limit value placed for a field. When we define a check constraint on a single column, it allows the restricted value on the field, and then it checks a constraint it set to the preferred field where the value of the user given with the validation. The check constraint may be used relational and logical operators for the condition. Here you can see that the unique constraint and primary constraint is going to be work as similar way, but only the difference, we can give only one primary key column in a table. Therefore we can use more than one unique key. The primary key is not allowed, not more than one. Next we are going to see about DML commands. Once the schema or structure of the table is created, values can be added to the table. The DML commands consist of inserting, deleting, updating row into the table. So that we have the insert command. Its syntax is like this: insert into column list, then values as a keyword. Within a bracket we can give the values for the column list. Next you can see that insert into the student, that is the table name, followed by that admission number, name, gender, age and place. After that you can see that the values, that is a keyword. Next the 100, the name Ashish, M, then 17, the Chennai. Each one value will be goes to the respective place. For example, the first 100 will be go to the admission number. Next character will be go to the name. M represent as a gender, male. Then 17 goes to the place of age. Then Chennai goes to the place of the exact place. The another way we can give insert into the student, then values. This is another one way. Here we no need to give the column list. Directly we can assign the values to the particular table. Next we are going to see about the delete command. The syntax is delete from table name where the condition. The delete command permanently remove one or more record from the table. It removes the entire row, not individual fields of the row, so no field argument is needed. The delete command is used delete from the table name where the condition. Here delete from the student is a table name where the admission number is equal to 104, so that it will search for the admission number 104. Where it is matched, the entire row will be deleted. Next one is delete star from student. It go and delete everything within inside the table. Next, update command. The update command update some or all data values in a database. It can update one or more records in a table. Here you see such a table format. Now we are update student, set age 18, place Chennai where the admission number is 102. Here depending on this condition it will search for the admission number 102 and there the age is 20. After entering this command you will get the output like this. Now you can see the 102 at the place of age you can see that it will be updated. For instead of 20 it comes as a 18. Next one is alter command. The alter command is used to alter the table structure, like adding a column or renaming the existing column. Alter table, table name, then add column name, data type and size. Here you see the example: alter table student, add address with the data type of character. Next, the same thing, alter table student, then modify the address. First we just add the address, now we are modifying the address with character what? The space of the character, 25 character space. Now you see, alter the table student, then rename address into city. Here the column header address will be changed into city. Next, alter table student, drop column city, which we are created just now. It will be sent out from the table of student. Next command is truncate. Truncate command is used to delete all the rows from the table. The structure remains and the space is freed from the table. The syntax of the truncate command is truncate table, then the table name, here we used as a student. Next command is drop table. Drop table command is used to remove a table from the database. If you drop a table, all the rows in the table is deleted and the table structure is removed from the database. So once a table is dropped, we cannot get it back. So be careful while using the drop table command within the SQL. Next one is delete star from student. Once all the row are deleted, the table can be deleted by the drop table command. Now we are going to see about the select command. The select command comes under the DQL. Here you see the syntax: select column list from the table name. The example: select admission number name from the student. Student is a table name. Within inside the table, the column name, admission number and name we want to see, so that we given the particular column list. Next, select star from the student. Whatever the data fed inside the student table, it will be shown. Select distinct place from student. The main places within inside the table of student, it will show the distinct value which are all recorded inside the table. Next, select all place from the student. It is opposite to the previous command. It shows all the places from the table of student. Now we are going to select admission number, name, age, place from the student, where the age between 18 and then place is equal to Delhi. This command shows the person, those who are coming from Delhi within the age of 18, which is stored inside our student record. It will be shown in the output screen. Select admission number, name, place from student where not place in Delhi. This is shows those people not coming from the Delhi. Other than Delhi peoples, those who are in our student table, it will be shown in the output screen. The next command: select admission number, name, age, gender from the student where age between 18 and 19. This comes with two comparisons: age between 18 either or in 19. Select admission number, name, place from student where place in Chennai, Delhi. Already we have seen one example: place matches with the Delhi. Here we give more than one places. Select star from student, order by name. This is make the list in alphabetical order. By default it will comes as a ascending order. If we want to print the table in descending order, we want to add one more keyword, DESE, descending, the short form of descending order. The keyword DESE we want to given followed by the query. Next is TCL. Here we will get the commit command. Generally we will use after once the work is done, we will use this command within the SQL. Next, insert into student values. After insert a value we can use the commit. Then rollback command. Rollback will goes to the previous save point name. Next important command is save point command. This is only going to give the guideline, or else where we want to roll back, or else where we want to get back the last good working condition data from the database. The save point only knows about this. So update student set name is equal to mini where admission number is 105. After this we want to give a save point. If suppose any correction or else any crash happen after this, we can roll back from this place to the save point. Thank you for watching this video.